Hey everybody, this is Neil with Local Highlights TV. I want to thank you for joining us again today. I'm very excited today because I have a special guest that is in a field that is very near and dear to me. We have Dr. Steve with us from Superior Healthcare. They have a couple of locations in the Woodstock and Canton areas. And Dr. Steve is a pain management specialist. They do various forms of treatment, but as a back pain sufferer for several years myself, I can appreciate the job that these guys do. It's very important, and there's millions of us out there who suffer from some kind of pain, whether it's back or neck or knees or what have you. So I wanted to get Dr. Steve to come on and talk with us today about how to find a really good pain management specialist, somebody that can kind of help us through those tough times, get us rehabilitated back on our feet again, so to speak. So I'm really excited to have him. Dr. Steve, I want to thank you for joining us. And let me start off the questions here today by asking you, if you had to give advice to a friend or a loved one who was hurting and in pain, I'm trying to find a good pain management specialist, somebody that can help me with my back pain and kind of, get me back at least patched together so I can have a somewhat normal life. What kind of advice would you give to the person who's out there in the market? There's a million opportunities they're being bombarded with everywhere. How do they really focus down and look at the right features, the right characteristics? How can I find a good pain management specialist?
Well, Neil, what I think is best is track record, obviously. You're looking for someone that has had the problem that you have and helped other patients with it. The other thing that I think is important is to go to a place that has many different services to offer you. That way, if one of the services doesn't work, then there are other options. And what I find wrong in healthcare today is if you have a single service delivery system, let's say it's pain management and you just get a prescription, that could fail and then the patient ultimately doesn't get better.
Wow, great. Yeah, I can certainly appreciate that. I've been down a few of those paths. I'm sure a lot of our viewers have as well. Tell me a little bit more about what kind of treatments do you guys do, or what kind of treatments do you recommend for a person in my position who's dealing with some pain and they really need to get back on their feet?
Well, if you're dealing with low back pain, and that's what you have right now, there's really three areas to look at. One would be muscle, the next would be the disc, and the other would be nerve. And the treatments that you would want for that would address all three areas. So obviously everybody knows what a surgeon does. That's nothing new here. They're going to go in and cut that disc. But if there was a way to heal the disc or get the fluid back into the disc, you'd want to have that service. The other problem that I see is muscle. As you have an injury and it ages over and over for a period of time, that muscle starts to get scar tissue in it. And wherever scar tissue is, it's almost like a homing beaker. It's always going to go back to that area. So getting rid of scar tissue prevents future injuries. And then the last part, and I think the most important part, is making sure the nerves are open to revitalize that area, because we don't just have the same body we're walking around in. That body changes every 30 days. And so if the nerve supplies continue to open up, your body will continue to heal after the treatment.
Wow, that's interesting. I actually had never heard some of that before. I guess I need to talk to you guys a little better. That's great. I appreciate that very much. So kind of walk me through. I'm a first-time patient. I've just had an accident or an injury or something's happened and I'm dealing with some pain and I really need some help with it. If I come into one of your facilities, what kind of process am I going to go through when I get there? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I like to say we try to be opposite what a hospital would do. So everybody's been to the hospital and waited for hours and trying to get through, and ultimately you may or may not get service. It takes a long time, it's very fatiguing and very expensive. The first thing that we want to do is greet you more like a restaurant, meaning when you sit down, there's a case manager that talks to you, that sees and makes sure that we can help you. It's important to know that you're in the right place. So we do that within 5 minutes. The second thing is, instead of just handling the area that you come in with, like the low back pain, we're going to do a complete functional exam to make sure we haven't missed anything. And because we have a physical therapists, medical doctors, chiropractors, athletic trainers, we're in a 15,000 square foot facility, we're trying to put together a care plan or a plan of care that's going to handle your problem for the next 10 years. We want to get you well, and so you don't have to see us anymore. And so that's why we created these large facilities, because we know inevitably insurance isn't going to work forever, and the patients need to be well and need to be responsible and be able to take care of their own bodies. And so we've created a facility that they can do that in.
That's great. I appreciate that. Give me just a quick overview of what types of therapies or treatments do you guys offer there in your facilities?
Well, there are 6 distinct service centers that we offer. So the first, I would say, is the evaluation and management, the way that we analyze a body. It's more of a physical performance test, not so much, hey, Neil, what's wrong with you? It's, we're going to check your body out like it's you're going to a car and it's a 40-point inspection check. We're definitely going to do that. The second thing is we're going to deal with that muscle component. So we have a very unique style of doing that. We have specific injections that we do to get rid of scar tissue, and then we have machines that we use that are almost like hydraulic machines to knead out the scar tissue so that it goes away within 30 days. Because if you don't have scar tissue, then ultimately later on you can strengthen that muscle. And we've also developed our rehab. Our rehab has vibration plates. We have this huge gym facility where you're working one-on-one with athletic trainers. It's important to get the core strengthened, to get the balance and flexibility in, not just reduce the pain. Because if we get those other 2 things or 3 things done, what's going to happen is you won't need to keep coming back over and over.
Wow, that would be great. Yeah, as one in that position already, I can certainly appreciate not having to deal with this much pain and trouble for the rest of my life. So that sounds like a great deal. Now, you and I had talked a little bit kind of before we got started here that you guys do some really neat things for first-time patients that might want to give you guys a try or just come in and check you out and let you check them out, so to speak. So tell us all a little bit about kind of what you guys do special for that first-time patient coming in.
Well, many patients, when they're coming in, their biggest concern, the number one concern is, hey, I don't want to go to a place where it's going to cost me a lot of money and waste my time. I mean, we've all been in that situation, and to be told I can't help you and get a bill for $150 is not a nice thing. So the first thing is we do a free consultation to find out if we can help you, and we also will verify your insurance and let you know if you want to use your benefits, it's available. The second thing is our massage, Neil. We have great massage therapists that work on injury-specific massages. So initially, that first massage or an hour massage, it costs $60 to $90. We're going to do that for the patients that want to come in at $15 for the first massage, so that even if we can't help them, they're going to walk out with, hey, that helped me out and I feel better.
Wow, that's awesome. That's an incredible offer. I'm actually going to come down and get one of those myself. I'm sure a lot of people here will appreciate that. That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time here and some good tips and information. There's, as you know well, there's millions of pain sufferers out there. It's a terrible thing to have to live with, and I speak that firsthand. So I can appreciate the unique approach that you guys take to this. So thank you for sharing the information and especially for that great offer. If anybody wants to take you up on that, your number, the number to Superior Healthcare, the web address is at the bottom of the screen here. The phone number is 770-345-9600. So again, thanks, Dr. Steve. I really appreciate your time today and the information.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you.
We will talk to you guys soon at the next episode of Local Highlights TV. So thanks, everyone. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.